What's up, NASCAR Heat fans? David Land here, bringing you the 7th race of my NASCAR Heat Evolution Let's Play, career mode, whatever you want to call it, but we've got a few things to take care of, and the first one is a comment shout out. I'm going to give it to Generic Channel, which he says, he quotes me and says, "Let's see if we can notice that speed increase. Qualifies last in bold." I appreciate getting roasted in the comments, even if your channel name is the most generic I have ever seen in my life, which is probably your intention. I appreciate that. So go down to the comment section and type something, type a comment, and if it catches my attention, you could get a shout out in one of these videos. So anyway, I went into the team little thing here, and I noticed that we could make some improvements. And while I thought I would save for the engine shop, I decided to go here and buy the pipe bender, or purchase a pipe bender, or whatever, you know, add on to our shop, and add a pipe bending part to our shop, because not only do we get a 2% grip improvement, but the pipe bender provides the ability to create in-house chassis. So we can build our own chassis. We're now not, we won't be tied to whatever year-old, 2-year-old chassis we are running at the moment. I still want to know what the ultimate lore of the universe is in terms of where we are in the world and where we've got our chassis. That could be something we do in the sequel, or NASCAR or DMR does in the sequel. A little bit more story, I think, would be fun. But anyway, let's do this. And Dave is like, "Oh, the pipe bender will provide a 2% grip improvement at a cost of $35,000. Well, $35,000 to build our own chassis? Heck yes, just call me Dan Gurney. We'll do it. Alright, so now we are purchasing, or we are building our own chassis. So we're going to bring our own brand new chassis to the Duck Commander 500, but I'm not done yet, because the last 2 races we finished inside of the top 15. And Can-Am has been a good sponsor, but they're not going to pay as much as Dockside. And I think we're going to put Dockside on as our secondary sponsor for the race at Texas. Of course, Dockside, you may remember from Chris Buescher's fantastic win at Pocono. So hopefully that will give us some luck, and potentially we could pull off the upset just like Buescher did at Pocono, but we can do it at the Duck Commander 500, which I would normally describe as the worst name ever for a race, but there's a worse named race later on in the season. So Duck Commander gets a pass for now. So let's get to the Duck Commander 500 and go racing. Alright, let's get out here for Group 1 qualifying here at Texas. Let's see what our chassis improvements have done. And if we still qualify last, Generic Channel will probably laugh even more, even though we did very well at Martinsville, very good qualifying, and that was without a chassis improvement. We're building our own chassis to our car. So let's see what we can do here. See if I notice any improvement. Yes, we're definitely not sliding the car quite as much, going into the corners. But of course we haven't done a full lap at speed yet. So let's start this thing up. First lap of qualifying. Let's get into it. We'll pull the qualifying standings up. Are we flat? Are we flat? Are we flat? I had to lift a little bit more. Bounce off the wall. Well, that's one way to ruin a qualifying lap. Looks like I'll need to lift just a little bit into the corner the next lap by, and then we might be able to set a pretty good time. So let's be careful here. Got a little bit loose in turn 4. And through the very tight dog leg here at Texas. I've got a blowover series coming very soon. I'm not using Texas quite yet for the blowover series, but fun fact, that tri-oval, the dog leg, is the place you blow over at Texas. I did it unintentionally once in an offline race, so that's where you do it. And we are on our first qualifying lap here. First fast qualifying lap, I should say. I lifted just a little bit into turn number 3. And off of turn number 4, let's see if we can improve enough to get up to Jimmy Johnson, who just a 30.6, a 31.9. We're not even up to Casey Mears, even though Casey Mears was one of the faster cars at Martinsville, so maybe we shouldn't be surprised with his speed, but we aren't even at Landon Castle speed yet, and that's a bit concerning. So let's go one more time around. Casey Mears with the bump draft down the back straightaway. Thank you, I guess. A little bit of a lift. The car is still not quite as fast As you can see, Casey Mears flies by, but he can give us a little bit of a draft here, and do we improve? No, we don't improve. 32.0. But we did out-qualify Matt DiBenedetto at the moment, so things are looking up. Let's see what happens at the end of the session. We'll skip ahead here to when I decide to simulate the AI results. Alright, so we simulated the AI results and got a 34th place starting position. We didn't make it out of Group 1 this time, but our 1.5 mile pace is a little bit better, and of course 1.5 mile ovals make up the majority of the NASCAR calendar. So if we can get this setup working, we can do really well. So let's get to Texas. This is going to be a wild race, I think.
Everything is bigger in Texas, and that statement couldn't be more true for Texas Motor Speedway. Texas is a 1.5 mile D-shaped oval that creates exciting racing action all the way around. Also, check out the Big Hoss TV on the backstretch. That's the largest HD TV in the world.
Alright, so here we are at Texas, ready to go, and we are racing at Texas. Rick Ellen wanted to talk about the TV. I'm not sure that's the reason you go to a racetrack, to watch TV, but whatever. Everything's got to be bigger in Texas. So we are underway, the first night race of the year. Martin Truex tried to go underneath us. He was unable to do so. Now we are racing, and I'm worried about this because Texas does get a bit wild in the dog leg. There is usually a wreck or two, and I honestly don't trust the AI much in the dog leg. You'll see why probably at some point during this thing. You can see how wide they swing out. You almost have to be single file through there. It's very difficult. But I will tell you the chassis improvements that we made, I guess our bespoke chassis now, since we're building our own, is doing much better. He says as he gets loose on the straightaway. Save me, DiBenedetto. He saved me. Matt DiBenedetto, you the real MVP. You the real MVP. I'm just going to lift. It's weird to lift going into the dog leg, but I feel more confident doing so. Oops. Well, we repaid his kindness with backstabbing. I'm so sorry, Matty D. I'm so sorry. Please do not wreck me into turn number 3. Did that rhyme? That rhymed, I think. So we're under AJ Allmendinger. Well, I was not confident about running the apron there. I got out of it as soon as I got on it. I was like, well, no, this is not going to work. We have to be in 15th. I'm kind of relying on strategy, to be honest with you, to get up there. Otherwise, Dockside is going to not pay us. They're going to tell us to go take a long walk off a short dock, I think, if we don't get up to 15th. So we're going under Kyle Larson. And now we're going around Michael Annett, the threat. We're going to try to before the dog leg anyway, otherwise I'm going to lift off. Yeah, I'm going to lift off. They are making some contact up there. They were 3 wide through the dog leg. I am a little bit worried about, again, going through the dog leg and having an AI crash take me out. As he causes a crash with Michael Annett, that may be a yellow. That's a car spinning into traffic, causing a big crash. Probably going to be a yellow. No caution, no caution. All right, fair enough. Let's go around Brian Scott. Let's try to get around him before the dog leg. Nope, he's going to get a better run. So in behind him I go. Again, the AI will absolutely body slam you through there if you're not careful. That's why I'm waiting. And I body slammed, and I just spun another car out down there. Brian Scott didn't make it either. He's going to spin back up into traffic. It's going to be another crash. Okay, let's stop doing that, please. I'm not going to have anybody left in this race if I keep doing that. So we're into 27th now. I've wrecked both Brian Scott and Jimmy Johnson comes into the pit, so problems for Jimmy Johnson.
That was a great lap.
So several cars finding trouble. At least Jimmy Johnson's troubles were not caused by me. So that's a good thing. The only driver who's had trouble in this race that hasn't been caused by me. I should also kind of give that disclaimer. So we're running 27th. We've got 12 positions to gain before we're up where we need to be. Behind Denny.
That was a great lap.
See if we can get behind. We're not anywhere near our qualifying pace.
Still there.
Ay, 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 ay. That was close. That was very close. And you just have to be so careful. When you got the simulation physics on it, it is brutal. Even if the AI have some rubber banding, they're not rubber banding really particularly now, but they do rubber band. But when you have that simulation physics on, it is brutal. It will punish you. And again, I appreciate that little aspect of this game. So let's try to go around Hamlin. Lift off the gas, around the outside. Can we? He's got the shorter line and the better power plant. He is all the way literally on the apron. I'm not sure how he pulled that off. Still side by side. Landon Castle's going to help us with that little sniff of draft. Got around Denny Hamlin. Spotter says we're clear. Are we actually clear? No, we're not.
You're all clear.
I lifted off a little bit. Let Denny Hamlin back through. I'm just not confident in the dog leg. And get on the throttle. Hamlin right on the apron. Again, look at that. Look how low he goes. How is that possible? You are clearly on the arcade physics. Clearly on the arcade physics. I'm calling Denny Hamlin out.
Still there.
That's what the Toyota... I've discovered the Toyota secret. I've discovered the Toyota secret, everybody. They are running the arcade physics. Hashtag Toyota runs in arcade mode. Hashtag Toyota runs in arcade mode. We've discovered the secret of Toyota in NASCAR. As we have trouble with Denny Hamlin, he realized I've discovered the secret, and he needs to take me out. Okay, now we really do need to get around Denny Hamlin. I'm getting sick of this. Come on, Landon, please help us.
Still there.
Okay, I've just got to drive it in deep. Run that Kyle Larson line all the way around the outside. Spotter says we're clear, but Castle's still there. See? This is why I don't trust the AI trying to run around the outside of them in the dog leg. They run into you. Got run into by Hamlin, but I didn't get spun out. Now, can we get around Castle? Can we get around Castle? No. He's going to come up and block us. Attempt to, but we were there. Side draft just a little bit. Come on, baby. Oop, the Kyle Larson line did not work out. Did not work out. Hamlin got back through too. Darn it. Darn it. That was annoying. I thought we were there. But we still got 72 laps to go, so don't have to worry about it too much yet. Come on, we can get around these guys. We can get around these guys. There we go. Castle can be overtaken. Now we're to the inside, so this is going to be a little bit more easy.
Clear high.
Underneath Hamlin, lift off early. There we go. There we go. Around we go. Hamlin gone. In the rearview mirror now. Assuming we don't smoke the wall, we should be all right. So now up to Chris Buescher. We're running Chris Buescher's paint scheme, or not paint scheme, but one of his sponsors. So I'm assuming now that we have the dockside money, he's going to race as hard rather than Bobby Labonte racing as hard for the Can-Am money. As we roll off the wall, here comes Hamlin to the outside. We're going to have to outdrive him into turn 3 as well. Bobby Labonte in trouble. Speak of the devil, he was in trouble. He slows down. Here comes Landon Castle. We are 3 wide. We are 3 wide. And that's a crash. Are we going to get the yellow? Thank goodness. All right, so we are the last car on the lead lap at 38th place. We pitted, made repairs, but again, we're on the lead lap. That's the important bit. So now, getting a good restart, but there's nowhere to go. So I'm just going to slide in behind Clinton Boyer. This also gives us a good opportunity to see the cars that are out of the race. It's Labonte and Johnson. So now, if we can get to the bottom, like David Reagan is doing in front of us, now we'll get around him, hopefully, into turn number 3. Reagan trying to make it hard on us. Oop, and I used a little too much brake there. And that was bad. That was really bad. So we'll just follow the field through the tri-oval here, the dog leg. Thankfully, they haven't cracked up through here. They got me once. Oh, they're 3 wide. That ain't going to work, boys. That is not going to work. It's working. I don't know how it's working, but it is. And now we're going to do the same maneuver. There's 3 wide racing all over the place. Our car's a little bit unstable down the straightaway. That's the last place I would want it to be unstable, to be honest with you. But it's the highest speed area. There we go. Behind Clint. There's contact. Oh man, these restarts are always so nuts because there's cars on old tires, cars on new tires, fast cars that have pitted under the yellow, slow cars that haven't. It's all very close. Close quarters racing. Can we get underneath Hamlin? Can we get under both the Gibbs cars that are clearly running on arcade physics? Nope. Nope. Nope.
Slow down.
Yep, that was bad. Their second crash with Hamlin. Can't get away from him, and now we're in big doo-doo here. So we are by ourselves. That's good, but at least we can, I suppose, run fast lap times now. And I guess it'll mean that we'll be able to come into the pits. Looks like Almirola's in trouble. He is low on the track. Was he involved in that accident? He may well have been. Let's see, I got 15 laps left on my fuel. Yes, Almirola's coming in, so he's another retirement. 62 laps to go. I won't need to pit for 14 more. The rest of the field, who knows? So this is going to be an interesting race, that's for sure. And again, the 15th position is where we need to be. We're 36 now. And there's a lot of money on the table for this race, $25,000 to win. I don't want to start talking about the win word just yet. There are cars in the pit, so we are just gained some positions. These cars make some green flag pit stops. Now we're going to go around a couple of the... Well, no, we won't. Try to go around a couple of the BK cars, but bounced off the wall. Thankfully, we caught back up to the pack. Now let's see if we can get under De Benedetto. Not sure if he came down or I came up, but I knew it was coming, so I got on the brakes and prevented what could have been a pretty major crash. And now we're really coming up through the field, 28th. It's a little bit of a lift. Car's going fairly slow through the corner. I think we're lapping these guys. We're lapping Earnhardt and Busch. Yes, 36th position. So we're lapping those fellas. 3 wide. That was Michael Annett and Ryan Ellis together. Here comes some cars off into the pits. More cars off into the pits. Virtually the entire field. Wow, all right. And Kyle Busch is running right behind us. Right behind us. So this will be fun. We're up to 12th. We're in the money right now. Here comes Kyle underneath. Again, he's faster. He's way faster. We'll let him through. Don't need to race him too hard. No reason to. He's way faster and technically a lap car. Here comes some more cars off into the pits. But not Brian Scott and not Michael McDowell yet. That is 3 wide. That ain't going to work, Rowdy. I'm sorry, sir. It's a bad, bad idea. We're up into the top 10 now. That's fantastic. And now we're just trying to get it. Wow, did he just rough up Michael McDowell? I think he did. I think he did. Off goes Rowdy to the races.
Still there.
Now let's try to run around the outside. Dale Jr. coming up too. Boy, you can really tell the difference in pace, can't you?
Carlo.
Oh, be nice to me, Carl. I'll be nice to you. You know what? I don't want to wreck. I've already wrecked enough Gibbs equipment today. I don't need to wreck more. That's almost problems. I'll follow these fast guys through unless my chassis decides to give up. We don't have quite as much grip as the Hendrick guys. As you can see, the car washed up the track, and I couldn't just get past, easy for me to say, couldn't quite get past Michael McDowell. So we're still racing with McDowell for 9th, trying to elevate ourselves up past 10th position. And those leaders are absolutely flying. Or leaders, I'm saying the faster cars are absolutely flying. Here comes Chase Elliott as well. Looks like he's improved massively. He's had some trouble recently. We're actually racing ahead of him at Martinsville for a while. I think we might have beaten him at Martinsville. I can't remember. But here comes Kurt down to the inside, and I freaked out. I pulled the NASCAR 15 AI. He actually got around Chase and me, used me as a lapper, even though technically they're the lappers passing me, but we lost position to McDowell, so we're going to have to get back up there. Okay, you're going to have to pass on the outside, son. Tony Stewart, he's old enough to be my dad, probably. I think he is, anyway. It's close. He was born in 1993, and I think Tony Stewart was like exactly 18 at 1993, so theoretically, I suppose he could be my dad. Way up the track. We are using all the racetrack. What is our tire wear looking like? Yeah, we're wearing the right sides pretty good. We theoretically, could we do a right side tire stop? No, I don't think so. Because I think we've got another, well, 7 laps. Yeah, 7 laps of fuel left. So, yeah, the tire wear is quite a bit at Texas. So we're going to have to, for sure, come into the pits. Hamlin is 10 seconds behind us. We don't have to worry about Hamlin right now. Here comes Mears to the inside. It's been running well. It's been running good. So congratulations to Casey Mears. He's doing okay. If we can run in his draft, too, we can potentially catch up to McDowell. Here comes Dylan to the inside. In fact, the only Dylan in the game, so it makes me a little bit, makes life a little bit easier on me for just Austin Dillon to be in the game. We'll lock Regan Smith there for the moment. We don't have to play nice. Again, these are lapped cars. They are lapped cars, even though, I mean, in the literal sense of the word, in the actual terms of the race pace, they are definitely much faster than I am. And that should give Bain a lot of room there on the inside to go through. That's fine with me. And if you could play mean with McDowell there so I can get a little bit of a run on him, I appreciate that, Mr. Bain. Ooh, slid the car a little bit. That's not very good. That's not going to help me get up to Michael McDowell, that's for sure. Ryan Blaney's also up there. He's another car I'm racing with. Car does feel a bit slow in the straight line still. And particularly on those old tires, worn tires, there are some troubles getting back up, you know, really driving the car hard into the corner. Because you just can't get that grip that you had earlier. There we go. That was a really good corner. I bet McDowell's going to come into the pits this time, though. Yep, of course. Oh, no, I guess he's not. I was like, I couldn't possibly have one good corner where I gain a lot of time on somebody. Surprised I got away with that. Maybe I didn't. That's annoying. Oh, Paul Menard, please do not do that. I just helped Danica. I helped Danica out. She's doing well. 23rd. She's running fast. She's just not on the with the lead group here. Come on, help me, help me, help me, Paul Menard. Through the grass again. No. Oh, goodness.
Yellow's out.
Thank goodness. That was bad. That was really bad. Okay, here we go. We're 1 lap down in 29th, unfortunately, after that issue. That's not good. So we're going to have to get our lap back here. And we may be able to do it, assuming the leader's up here with us in this pack. May not be. There's Bobby Labonte. He's back out after having some issues earlier. We're going to get swamped on this restart. Just got passed, I believe, by Chris Buescher. Yeah, and Casey Mears. They're both on our lap here. Oh, that may be trouble. This may be trouble up here. Oh man, we got to drive so carefully here. Oh, there it is. There it is. Clint Boyer goes spinning.
Still there.
and the game is lagging, so there was probably a huge crash, and yes, it was a huge crash. I will not pit. I believe I will get the lucky dog. I did indeed get the lucky dog, a major crash. I'm surprised there's only still 29 cars on the lead lap. But here we go. Okay, so I'm going to play this a bit coy. I'm going to get off the throttle and wait until the field kind of spreads out a little bit and start this strategy again. So I'm not too interested in messing with these guys too early on here. About 30 laps to go or so. And of course, Labonte way off the pace. He's way back there.
Still there?
So again, oh, well, maybe there's going to be a crash here. I'm going to back off because I'm looking at the grid up there. Gridlock. And I saw smoke, but nobody got spun. So we don't have to worry about that yet. So let's get around the lapper of Bobby Labonte. Start running around the outside Tony Kanaan line.
All clear.
It didn't work. It did not work. Oh no. Why did I do that? Why did I get confident? I got confident and then I got screwed. So we lost 2 minutes in the pits, so you know what time it is. It's rubber band time. Unless the rubber banding has been turned off. Who knows? Long way to go, although we're 4 laps behind the race now, so it would take a miracle to get up to our 15th position. We'd have to make up 3 laps, at least. We're 4 laps behind the leader and 3 laps behind the race, so it's going to be really difficult. But of course, and yellow. Couldn't we have gotten that just a little bit earlier? Okay, so on the restart, we are still 4 laps down. So this is going to be all about unlapping ourselves here on this restart. At the very least, we're ahead of Joey Logano and Bobby Labonte. And at least one other car, who I think is Jimmy Johnson.
Still there?
Why is Mike Lynette going so slow? Downshifting at Texas, folks. Downshifting at Texas.
Clear low.
A little bit of a stabilization lift on the back straightaway. Run down behind Jimmy Johnson. That's annoying. That's really annoying. I should have added wedge. That's what I really should have done. Oh well. Thankfully, the engine was not damaged, or it was, I suppose. Oh well, we'll have to deal with it. We will have to deal with it with 31 laps to go. Just means the AI are going to slow even more down for me. Now, this is kind of annoying. We're going to have to bring a better handling car to Texas next time when we come here in the chase, I believe. We're going to have to work on the chassis, get this thing up to snuff, I believe. Because right now I just cannot hang on the outside. I can't do what I need to do. It's difficult. The car doesn't want to stay put. And when I try to pass people, off we go into the wall. So here we go. Let's start passing the boingy boingy rubber banding AI. Would really like this to go away, either in a patch or in the sequel to this NASCAR Heat. I'm not a big fan of it. I just wish I could set the AI for a reasonable pace, or if they do have adaptive AI, then make them adaptive and don't let the AI slow down for me. 4 wide in the tri-oval. We pull it off somehow.
Stay high. Still there?
So let's just start going. Start moving up through the field. Jimmy Johnson. At least we're having a better day than Jimmy Johnson. At least we're having a better day than Jimmy Johnson. He is not having a good day. Ryan Blaney with a very sad-looking car. And around the outside of all these folks, More cars we're passing.
All
It's
clear.
just fun to pass all these guys, that's for sure.
Car low. You're all clear.
So have we gotten one of our laps back yet? No, we're still 4 behind.
You're all clear.
This should be the leader up here. I believe Dale Jr. is leading the race right now. Or no, he's not. I don't know. Chase Elliott's car is looking a bit bad as well. Worse for wear, but he's in 7th.
You're all clear.
Around Clint Boyer, who started that massive pileup, but somehow he's 5th. 4th is Dale
clear.
Jr. On the outside of him we go.
All clear.
And looks like Kenseth, and who else? Well, we could get some revenge on Kenseth. He's been a bit of a stick in our craw the last couple of weeks. But you know what? I'm going to be nice to him, at least for now. Again, I want to take the high road, at least for a little while.
Clear high.
Don't have to mix it up too much with these guys. And it looks like Keselowski and Harvick are racing for the lead. Now I just kind of got to hope that other people need to come into the pits. Logano's still in the pits. So his day is going from bad to worse. I know that feel, bro. I was just in the pits for 2 minutes. It was fun. Oh, just wrecked Harvick.
Still there.
Tried to wreck Harvick. Let's go around Harvick, please. Let's try to do that. Nope, he's just like, lap car, you cannot come through here. You cannot come through here. Fair enough, I suppose. Fair enough, but it is a little bit annoying. 25 to go, meaning 21 to go, really. Well, it'll be 23 to go. Now, as I'm lapping, or unlapping myself from Keselowski. Bounce off wall and not get unlapped. That's also very annoying. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Around the outside of Brad K. And back on to the 3 laps down. So I've only got to make 2 more laps up till I can start passing cars again.
Still there. All clear. Yellow's out.
Oh, yellow. So we just had a yellow, not a whole lot happened. We're still 3 laps down. We're going back to the green.
Going green. There's the green flag.
With just a few laps to go, it should be anyway. About 10 laps to go. So let's watch the last 10 laps here. We're on 3 laps down.
Car low.
Or I might cut to the end. Who knows? Just depends how interesting this gets here in the last few laps. So at least we're coming around here in the pack, which we weren't earlier, so I cut that part out.
Still there.
Sometimes there's going to be a boring race in this series,
Car low.
because I might crash. And I'm a person who thinks there is no drama if there are no consequences for actions, and
Stay high. Still there.
sometimes you have to face consequences like that. What a great example. Alright, so I got out of the pits, and guess what? The race ended. The race is over. I was in the pits so long, so you can see the cars are going even slower than they were previously. They're probably off into the pits, and I will not do a cold trickle here. We are technically under the yellow, but I haven't finished the race yet. 36th position, unless for some reason I pass somebody coming around here on the pull-down lap. You can see I'm unlikely. 8 laps down. Should have just retired the car in the pits. Oh well. Here we come to complete the race. Checkered flag. Finally.
We'll get 'em next time.
Woo-wee. Texas. Alright, so again, 36th. 7 laps down. That was one long race. Looks like Kurt Busch pulled off the victory. Man, oh man, oh man, that was a tough one. So let's take a look at our winnings. Big prize money, at least for the race, so we'll come away with at least 14 grand. Unfortunately, no money from dockside. They told us to take a long walk off a short dock. And let's take a look at the point standings. We did not probably help ourselves too much. 95 points, that'll put us back in 32nd, so we're not in the top 30 right now. That's unfortunate. So let's head back to the garage with our tails tucked between our legs. So from the Duck Commander 500, we go on to Bristol, the Food City 500, one of the bigger events in NASCAR, certainly one of the most prestigious. Our short track game was pretty good at Martinsville. Can we make it happen on the banks of Bristol? I hope so. So we also hope to see you there. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I tried to make it interesting. I'm sorry about crashing. I'll try not to do that at Bristol. So until that video, guys, this has been David Land on YouTube, and we will see you in the next video.